It's been a long time. Come on. Yeah. Hey, yo, it's my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. A predator smells fear, I smell a lot. My competitors fled scared, cause they smelled I was hot. I want it all, excess, the sex, and much success. Stress us, I want it all, no less. So come on.
Hello everyone, my name is Putty and welcome back for another edition of Tuesday Night SmackDown. This is the final episode of SmackDown to emanate out of Madison Square Garden before WrestleMania, and pulling back the kayfabe curtain, this is the final episode of SmackDown to emanate from Madison Square Garden in this series. So hopefully it's good, hopefully there's enough to keep those Madison Square Garden fans happy. Shall we get right into it?
Are there any plans to come back after Mania?
Of course, we'll be back the 2 nights after Mania, and we'll be resuming full schedule. Yeah.
Very well done, sir. Very well done. Let's do it to it.
So John Cena opens the show. He comes out and says, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John Cena's Tuesday Night SmackDown. We have a great show for you tonight. But first of all, I would like to discuss upcoming events. Obviously, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that I thought both Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenny Omega deserved a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. But only one could get the shot at WrestleMania. That's Zack Sabre Jr. Originally, we were going to have Kenny Omega shot next week at WWE SmackDown Bash at the Beach. But Kenny Omega has suffered a difficult injury. He'll be back in time for Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, but will not be able to accept his Intercontinental Championship shot at Bash at the Beach. He'll get one after WrestleMania. His replacement next week, though, is a big one. I'm here to announce that next week, in the main event of Bash at the Beach, Samoa Joe will defend his Intercontinental Championship against fellow former Magnificent SmackDown 7 member Brock Lesnar.
Whoa!
You can book that in for next week.
Oh my God! It's
a huge match.
That's some big news.
A big match. Brock Lesnar hasn't been seen for a while. Obviously, he was part of the Magnificent SmackDown 7, but the 7 have kind of broken apart in recent months, so who knows? But he's got an Intercontinental Championship shot against Samoa Joe in a big boys match.
That's going to be big boy.
Next week's main event. So that's not the end of the segment.
Oh, all right. We'll just hang out here.
Just move that off screen a bit. So then John Cena says, some other big announcements coming out of No Way Out were that our SmackDown's main event for WrestleMania has been set, as both Johnny Gargano and Sami Zayn earned a WWE Championship match, and then Sami Zayn comes out onto the entrance ramp, looks John Cena up and down and goes, "You didn't let me finish last week, John. You see, when I came out and asked for a match, you thought it was for the title? I don't want a title match. John, I want a match against you." And John Cena looks a little confused and he goes, "Yeah, that's not happening, Sammy. I'm not going to wrestle you at WrestleMania. That seems like a waste of my time. But if you don't want your title match, that sounds all right for me. Okay, so we'll give it to someone else. We won't add someone else to the WrestleMania match, but how would you guys like to see a title match right here at Madison Square Garden on the last SmackDown before WrestleMania?" The girl like, "Sure, but why aren't you giving Sammy a match?" And then John goes, "All right, so last night, a very, very strong competitor won. He's been on a winning record lately. So in tonight's main event, Chris Hero will defend his WWE title against Matthew Riddle." And Sammy's still at the end of the drop like, "So we're not going to have a match at WrestleMania?" And John's like, "Yeah, again, I don't think that's a really good use of my time. So Sammy, no, I think you can take WrestleMania off. In fact, I think you could take tonight off. Why don't you go backstage, pack your bags, and go home, have some rest. Come back next week, feeling refreshed. There's nothing else for you tonight." Sammy looks it up and down, thinks for a second, and thinks, "All right," and heads backstage.
Damn.
Becky Lynch cuts a promo saying that the Becky Lynch Memorial Invitational Challenge.
Oh no!
And another woman can step up from any of WWE's brands. And again, I want my title shot, so I'm proving my worth in this challenge thing. And we move into the Becky Lynch Memorial Open Challenge.
Here we go. Oh, man.
Becky Lynch defeats Mio Shirai with an armbar. It's a pretty simple match.
Yeah. I expected a little bit more from you, but all right.
Sorry, it is. John Cena's not meant to be on screen, but Sami Zayn goes back to his locker room. He's thinking to himself, like, man, what has this come to? And he just packs, he's packing his stuff up. He's packing his gear up, and the comms are putting over that John Cena denied Sami a match, and looks like Sami's just going home.
Oh.
Sad?
Yeah.
Or sick? Carlos and Doc was backstage. They're like, people were confused last night when we seemed to have a change of attitude. But you know what? We've been good brothers our entire lives. We've been best friends our entire lives. And you know what? Every single time we've tried to do stuff that was selfish or individualistic or anything like that, it never seemed to work as well as when we were together. And you know what Matthew Riddle showed us? Cooperation. And you know what Sami Zayn has showed us over the last 2 years? Is that cooperation can get you a hell of a long way. And you know what? I'm sick of doubting it. We're the best tag team in the world. We're the world tag team champions. And from now on, that's all that matters. Us. And we don't care what anybody thinks. So tonight is the start of a proving ground. At WrestleMania, we're going to get an opportunity on the pre-show to defend our WWE tag team titles. And we're going to pick the right team. So tag teams out there, get ready to impress us. I believe the tag team match is up next, actually. It is. It's Catch Point 5. The team of TJ Perkins and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams defeats Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder by submission. So Sami Zayn is walking backstage, and he seems to be on his way out. And Zack Sabre Jr. stops and says, "Sami, what the fuck you doing, bro? Fuck you doing?" You know how many times I've thought about giving up? Remember back in December 2016, where I literally was on the way out of this building, the same exact corridor, thinking to myself that my career was over, thinking to myself that there was no point in continuing because I was never going to get any better. You know how low I've been, Sami? But did I might have thought about it. I might have been on the edge of giving up. But people like you and people like I thought John Cena gave me the confidence to continue. And last week, I was in the semi-finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Never give up, Sami. Never give up. Because no matter how low you are, no matter how little hope you think you have, there's always something out there. There's always up. And you know what? I don't know why you're even thinking of going home. You were the WWE champion a month ago. You beat Kevin Owens at Armageddon. You fought through so many challenges, but one little denial of a match and you're thinking of going home? This isn't the Sami Zayn I know. Get back out there, man. And he just walks off.
Wow. Some strong words from Zack Sabre Jr.
Indeed. As Alexa Bliss walks into John Cena's office and she says, "John, I am the most dominant WWE Women's Champion of all time. And I think I deserve my rematch. And quite frankly, I'm a little annoyed, just a little annoyed, that I haven't had my rematch in the last month and a half since you took back over. So if you would please give me my rematch now." John is clearly a little bit intimidated by Alexa Bliss, but says, "You know what? I don't know, Alexa. I think you are a very strong competitor, but Asuka essentially beat Bayley 2 nights ago. And Becky Lynch is on a roll, so there are some major decisions to be made for the WrestleMania Women's Championship match." And then Alexa kind of just storms out. I believe another tag team match? No, nope. A singles match. As Pentagon Jr. defeats the returning Jey Uso by pinfall using underhanded tactics as Jey Uso tears his MCL.
Wow.
I don't think that's as bad as an ACL tear, but I have no fucking clue what it is.
That's about 8 months, I want to say.
Oh, jeez. Well, that ruins the whole story that this match was beginning, but we can just call it a throwaway filler match.
Like, I'm pretty sure if ACL is like a year, MCL is like 8 months.
This was a fun match. Yes, I get it, Jamie. I get it. AJ Styles comes out and he says, I did lose to Sami Zayn. No, yeah. I've lost to Sami Zayn a couple times now. I think Sami Zayn's got my number. It's true. It's true. I've never been one to lie to myself in this business. I've never been one to delude myself. Think I've got some phenomenal powers that I don't. I know how phenomenal I am. And I know my limits. And Sami Zayn appears to be my limit, but you know what? This is my yard. SmackDown, this is my home. And for 10 of the 12 months of 2016, I was on top of the world. And 2 bad months doesn't rewrite history. So you know what? The top dog is back. And I think I deserve a title shot. I don't care if I lost to Sami Zayn. I'm one of the top contenders in this business. And if I say I deserve a damn title shot, I deserve a damn title shot. Because this is my yard. And then, dong.
Oh.
Lights go up. The Undertaker does his full entrance. And the two men stare at each other for a minute. And then the Undertaker stares at the WrestleMania sign. And then the Undertaker stares back at AJ Styles. Leaves the ring. Walks to the top of the ramp. Lifts his hand. Lightning strikes the turnbuckles. AJ is unmoved. And Undertaker looks back as AJ gets back on the mic and says, "My answer is no." And AJ Styles leaves the ring.
Whoa.
You don't want none.
You don't want none.
And so Sami Zayn is continuing to walk backstage. Some road agents have joined him. Sami looks at them a little suspiciously as he realizes that they were probably sent by John Cena to make sure he left the building. And then Johnny Gargano, in a neck brace at this point, walks up to Sami Zayn. Because obviously, like, he fought with some bandages on Sunday. But since then, he's had medical treatment for the attack last week. And he's in a full-on neck brace at this point. And after, like, working through the injury on Sunday, he clearly needs some time off. And he goes up to Sami Zayn, he stops and he says, "Sami, I know Zach's probably given you the fucking War and Peace already, but I gotta tell you, man, we've gone so far for this brand. We've gone so far for what we believe in. We fought in war games together, man. We bled." I don't think they actually fought in war games together. They might have. But anyway, we've bled for this brand. We have fought tooth and nail for this brand. And I get that you're low right now. I get that everything that you believed in has been shattered, right? Because every little foundation that you've built your philosophy on is gone. And I get that you don't know how to feel. But you gotta fight, because that's all we know how to do, Sami. You gotta keep fighting. Get back out there, champ. And then he walks on. Now I think we have a tag team match. We do! As True Mulligan defeat Enzo and Big Cass. With a spear.
What an eventful match, everyone.
Some impressive showings from the tag team division. Sami Zayn's walking backstage with the road agents. And he's thinking to himself, but he's still walking. He's thinking to himself. And then when he gets out into the parking lot, he sees a SmackDown production truck. And what two faces are on the SmackDown production truck? But John Cena and Chris Hero with the WWE title, just smiling. And he takes a second and he looks at the two of them. And they're just smiling at him. And he stares. And he stares. And he turns around. And the road agents are holding him back. But he just throws one road agent off. He throws the second road agent off. Dave Finlay goes flying, takes a nice bump. And Sami runs back into the building. He's had a change of heart. But what's he going to do? Seems off the handle.
He does. He's going crazy. He's
going crazy.
He's gonna beat up John Cena.
Hashtag
beat up John Cena.
Freddie Yehi comes out and says that Baron Corbin, you're in big trouble.
Putty.
Yeah. Yes.
How much trouble is Baron Corbin in?
Are we measuring this in like width or maybe like height?
For the hell of it, let's go height.
Okay, we don't do that a lot, so that's a good. It's thrown me off a bit because we don't measure it that way a lot. But let me just think for a second. If I carry the 2 and I measure it and I add, I used to do this back when I was younger. But if I move the 3 over, I believe it's around yay high.
Oh damn!
Around yay
high.
And Baron Corbin is indeed in big trouble as Fred Yehi defeats him with a surprise roll-up, and Baron's like, "Fuck you, you fucking little prick. Fuck you."
Oh no.
Brock Lesnar says, "You know, Joe, I'm looking forward to next week. Gonna leave you in the middle of the ring in a pool of your own piss, vomit, and sweat, and whatever, blood, whatever. Paul usually does this and walks off. Yep.
Huh.
And the crowd were eating it up.
Apparently.
Chris Hero makes an elaborate entrance for the main event of the evening. The WWE Championship is on the line.
Holy shit.
I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I think I've put a slow build on a match that does not belong. No, it's okay. In an exceptional match, Chris Hero defeated Matthew Riddle in 15 minutes when Matthew Riddle was disqualified because Sami Zayn ran in and attacked Chris Hero.
What?
Sami Zayn getting involved, fucking interfering in a match?
He screwed over Matt Riddle.
He kind of screwed over Matt Riddle. Although it did look like Chris Hero had the upper hand in this match for the entire time. But he kind of screwed over Matt Riddle. Also, this match, I forgot for a second there, up until I just saw those two, I was like, I forgot that those two are really fucking great pro wrestlers in real life and how amazing this match would be. And I think it has been. Oh, yeah, of course, they had their three-part series last year, which was lit. Yeah. Matthew Riddle has come a long way since debuting, by the way, around SummerSlam, I think. So, really happy with this. But there's more. What's Sami Zayn doing out there? So after the match, Sami Zayn seems like a man possessed. He gets Chris Hero up on the turn, in the corner. Matthew Riddle's like, "The hell are you doing, Sami?" He pushes Riddle away, like physically.
What?
And Riddle falls out of the ring. Pushes Riddle away, falls out of the ring, and Haluva kicks Chris Hero. He picks him up, brainbuster.
What?
He looks at the WrestleMania sign, looks at Chris Hero. He looks at the title, picks him up again, brainbuster on the title.
Oh my god.
He thinks to himself, he's got his hand in his head, he's got his head in his hands, and he's like racking his brain, and then he gets up again, he picks Chris Hero up again. And then John Cena comes out, he says, Sami, hold on. Look what you're doing right now. Look at it. Just look at yourself for a second. Look how far you've fallen. You know what? You were the guy who kept... You know what? I watched a lot of SmackDown last year, as you might imagine. And you know what was pissing me off the most when I was watching it? Every time you'd bring up these ideals, these philosophies, these principles you supposedly stood for. You kept espousing them every single week, that you fought for these good ideals, that you were the good guy, Sami. That's what you kept saying every time you were ruining my dreams, is that you were the good guy. And here you are, using pretty much the exact same tactics that your enemy used last December. The guy that you cast as the villain, Kevin Owens. What did he do? Exactly this. And here you are, in the middle of the ring, using his tactics. The whole reason you could justify you being the good guy is you didn't do that kind of stuff. But what? One little lie I told, and you're suddenly driven insane? One little lie and you can use Kevin Owens' tactics and that's okay with you? You know, this is the thing with you, Sami. You're selfish. You fight for yourself. You keep saying that you're fighting for SmackDown, but it's a lie. It's always been a lie, hasn't it, Sami? And now we're seeing your true colors. You know what else I saw on SmackDown last year? I saw a tactic that didn't work against Kevin Owens, but it might work against you. Sami Zayn, no, you're not getting a match with me at WrestleMania. You're not getting a match with anyone at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn, you're suspended.
Oh, fuck. So many suspensions.
John Cena turns heel. Finally. For suspension.
That makes possibly the only pseudo, on the fence, shades of gray move he's made in the entire series. Fucking heel.
Fucking heel.
Damn, son.
Damn.
Way
Is
to
John
be.
Cena right, Tucker? Is he right?
I think he's right. As much as I like Sammy, as much as I like what Sammy stands for, he's gone too far. He's gone too far.
This wrestling fun thing again just been a lie? Is this the real Sami Zayn?
I don't know if we'll know. I don't know if we'll ever know.
In January, we were thinking wrestling had reached its peak, but here we are, and I think this is the bottom. This is one of the most saddening events in Tuesday Night SmackDown history. The one guy we thought we could believe in. I don't know anymore. I just don't know, man.